what's up, guys? It's so good to see you guys today and just to be able to talk to you a little bit. I know you guys are all at home just doing your thing, but well done. You guys made 1 week of lockdown. You guys did it. You made it, and you're there. And so it's just so really awesome to be able to kind of speak to you. This is something I wanted to share with you. So glad you're going to take a few minutes just to spend with us. Here's the thing. So yesterday was April Fool's Day, right? And it is one of my favorite days of the year. Come on, any day when you can actually get a chance to pull pranks on people and it's okay. And the best part about it is if you're dumb enough to fall for an April Fool's prank, when you know it's April 1st, then that's all your own deal. So I just love the pranks. I love the stuff people pull. I wait for it like every single year. And so like, I was so stoked yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this one, where apparently the president went out and he said that like, they're not going to be selling like any more like sweets and chocolates and stuff at the shop, you know, to kind of like be as like part of lockdown, and people lost their minds. They went absolutely crazy. Like people were rushing down to the shops, buying all the chocolates and stuff that they could get because they were like so afraid they're not going to get chocolate for the rest of lockdown. It was hilarious. Okay, but there was another one that I saw to me that was just like the weirdest one of all, and that was this. Who of you guys saw that? Okay, if you can't check out what that is Jive spicy cook sister flavor. Okay, this literally went out as like Jive's new flavor, you know. And as soon as everybody saw that, everyone was like, "What? Are you kidding me? That's disgusting," you know. And I like 100% agree because I mean, Jive spicy cook sister flavor. Oh, I just want to be absolutely sick. It is a completely unbelievable story that anybody in the world could ever want a flavor like that. But it kind of gets me thinking about something. Kind of gets me thinking about another unbelievable story. See, once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was this guy named Jonah. And what happened was God had a very special plan for Jonah's life. He wanted Jonah to do something that was going to change the world. Problem was, kind of Jonah wasn't really too keen on that. So when God said, "Hey, listen, yeah, I need you to go to this town and speak to these people," he was like, "Okay, cool. So that city is like east." And he immediately found the first boat going west and he got on it and he just ducked, right? And so he ran away from God completely. And so while he was on the water, like this massive storm rode up, and like despite these like awesome sailors trying to like figure out what was going on, nothing could actually get the sea to calm down. And so eventually they kind of realized, look, somebody here is not right. And Jonah was like, "You know what? It's me. I've tried to run away from God." And they're like, "Okay, cool. So what do we do?" And he's like, "Well, the only thing you can do is just chuck me overboard." And they're like, "Dude, if we throw you overboard in the ocean, you will die." And he's like, "I get it, but trust me, that's the only way you're going to be saved." And that's what they did. They threw Jonah overboard. And the Bible says that God sent like a giant fish to swallow him up. Okay, so here we got, just picture this for a second. You are Jonah, trying to run away from God, and now he's sitting inside the inside of a fish for 3 days. Okay, now I don't know about you, but you know, like maybe after this first week, it was cool because you know, your first day off, you're kind of like, yeah, we're gonna play some games, we're gonna do some stuff. But now you've played all your games, it's getting kind of boring. You know what, maybe you were gonna read books or sleep late, and now you actually just can't sleep any later because you're like, I've overslept. And you've done everything that you could possibly do during this time. Imagine what Jonah must have felt like. 3 days in a fish. Dude, there's nothing to do inside a fish. There's no games, there's nothing to play, there's no books to read, there's nothing to do. He's just in absolute lockdown. You know what? This is kind of where you guys are in this week. Sometimes, you know what, everything's done. You know, you're kind of sitting in a space where maybe you've done a lot of things already, and right now, this is just getting boring. You've been on holiday forever, you're now just stuck at home, you're just sitting there, you can't go out, you can't see your friends, you can't do anything, and you're just stuck at home. So with that, there's only one question I have to ask you, which is this. What's your story gonna be? See, just like you are bored and starting to sit around and just kind of waiting for this whole lockdown thing to end because there's nothing left to do about it. And that's cool, but that sounds like such a waste of time to me. It sounds like such a waste to be just sitting around waiting for something to change, waiting for something to happen, just waiting for this thing to end because there's nothing left to do. That's what Jonah could have done. He could have just sat in that fish and gone, cool, I'm going to just wait for this thing to pass. I'm going to wait for things to be better. I'm going to wait for something to happen. But he didn't. The Bible tells us that while he was in the fish, man, he prayed. He was seeking God's face. He wanted to spend time with God. And what he did was he just did 2 very simple things. The first, he remembered all the things that God had done for him. So in this time where he was just kind of sitting there in this dead time, he kind of spent time thinking about, hey man, what's God done for me in the past? How's God brought me through? All the good things that he's done for me in the past. And the second thing is, he thanked him for what he'd already done. And the crazy part about how the story ends is that fish spits him up right where he was, right close to where he needed to be, right? And God does use him to go and change the world. So what I want to leave with you guys today is this. Man, lockdown can seem like dead time. It can seem like a boring time. It can seem like just waiting for something to happen. But I know for a fact that God could use this time and through you to do something that's going to change the world for you. All right, that's going to change the world for somebody else. So don't just sit by waiting for this time to pass. Take a moment, spend some time with God. Actually take a few minutes out of all the extra time that you have and just spend some time with God. You know, you can do it so practically. Download the Bible app, start a plan there. That stuff's all free. And just take a few moments to remember what God has done for you in the past and to thank him for what he's done. And we're so excited to be able to be with you guys again soon. So stay tuned and we'll hopefully see you guys soon. Take it easy.